These are the three Mavericks that are the most likely to get traded by the February 5th trade deadline. But let's start with three honorable mentions. And number one is going to be D'Angelo Russell. I actually just think this team is just going to end up cutting him. I don't think the Mavs are going to be able to trade him. I can't imagine there's a team desperate enough to trade for D'Angelo Russell at this point in his career, especially because he has a player option next season. Number two honorable mention would be Jaden Hardy. Kind of the same problem here. Making a little too much money. His contract is a little longer than people would like. I think he could be packaged in a bigger deal, but in just a one-for-one trade, just somebody trading for Hardy, I don't see it happening. And then number three here is Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin almost made my list because he has regained some value, but not enough value to make up for his contract. So again, it's not because the Mavericks don't want to trade these guys. It's just that I don't think there will be enough interested teams. But now let's get into the actual top three. We'll start at number three with the big name, the name that everybody's been talking about the longest, and that's Anthony Davis. The reason I have him only at number three here is because it's going to be hard to work out a trade for Anthony Davis. The Mavericks don't want to just give him up for pennies on the dollar, but teams don't really want to give up a lot for a guy that isn't going to see the court for another month at a minimum, and maybe not even the rest of this season. So I'm putting Anthony Davis as the number three guy here. At the number two slot, I don't want to put this name here. I do not want him traded by the Dallas Mavericks, but it's Naji Marshall. Naji Marshall just turned 28 years old. He is playing out of this world. He is having some incredible basketball. I want him to be a Maverick until he retires. I love this guy. However, other teams are going to come calling that might fit his timeline a little better. Other teams are going to come calling that don't have a young Cooper Flagg to build around. And while we love Naji Marshall, 28 years old versus a 19-year-old Cooper Flagg, the timeline isn't perfect. Now, the Mavs have a high threshold for how much they want for Naji Marshall. It's starting with a first-round pick, but I think there are going to be teams that could call and say, hey, we're willing to give up a first. It's just a matter of, are the Mavs going to give him up for a late first, like a 25 to 30 first round pick, or are they going to hold out for like a top 20 first round pick? We'll have to wait and see. And then number one, the most likely Maverick to be traded before the deadline is Daniel Gafford. Backup centers are a premium in the NBA. People are going to come calling for them. They already have. There have been the Boston Celtics, the Charlotte Hornets, a lot of teams, the Lakers even, are interested in Daniel Gafford. And I think a lot of teams are going to give up a lot to get him. Because even though he hasn't had an incredible year, backup centers are really important in the NBA, and there's not a lot of them. But Daniel Gafford is one of the best. And he can start for a lot of these teams as well. So I fully expect Daniel Gafford to be traded by February 5th.